August.
Good afternoon to you, Africa. This is Imene Nouad with the latest news from across the continent and the world. Algerian President Abdelmajid Tebboune addresses the nation on the new year, extending congratulations to the Algerian people and expressing confidence that 2026 will mark further progress, stability and national pride. The president reaffirms the state's commitment to development, social justice and Algeria's regional role.
سيكون العام الجديد إن شاء الله فخراً ورفعة لكل الجزائريات والجزائريين بما حققته سواعد الرجال وتضحياتهم في مختلف الميادين لتبلغ الجزائر مصاف الدول الناشئة بكل أمان. وأجدد لكل جزائرية ولكل جزائري داخل الوطن وخارجه تهاني القلبية بالعام الجديد.
Across the continent, African leaders also deliver New Year messages, voicing hope for peace, security and prosperity in the year ahead. In Sudan, Sovereignty Council Chairman Abdel Fattah al-Burhan renews his call for comprehensive national reconciliation, stressing that dialogue remains open to all Sudanese without exclusion. In an address marking the 67th anniversary of independence, al-Burhan says the country has room for all citizens despite ongoing challenges. He calls for unity to preserve national sovereignty and restore stability. Let's hear what he said.
On Sudan's glorious independence, I am here to affirm that the Sudanese people, just as they made history in this place in 1885 and in 1956, we will make it once again until this nation rises, this people rises, and victory is complete. We, therefore, assure you, our citizens everywhere, in Darfur and in Cordova, that victory is coming, and that the countries that spoke of illusions that would not be released on this land, and to the political forces that believe in the cause of their homeland, the door is still open, and the doors of national reconciliation remain wide open. However, which is to join the voice of the land and stand with what is right. We welcome them and say to them, this land is vast, this land has room for everyone, and we will work tirelessly to lay the foundations of the state of Sudan.
The United Nations announces a 3-month extension of the opening of the Adari border crossing between Chad and Sudan. The decision allows the continued flow of humanitarian assistance to millions affected by conflict in Sudan's Darfur region. UN officials says the crossing remains a lifeline for food, medicine and emergency relief amid worsening humanitarian conditions. Somalia secures a non-permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council as East Africa's representative. Mogadishu is expected to contribute to shaping global discussions on peace, security and conflict resolution. Officials describe the move as a diplomatic milestone reflecting Somalia's gradual return to the international stage. Report by Widad Alawa.
Somalia's presidency in the Security Council signifies a major elevation in Somalia's standing on the global stage. It reflects the growing influence of Somali diplomacy and the international community's confidence in the federal government's ability to steer complex geopolitical discussions. For the duration of the month, the Somali delegation will preside over all meetings and facilitate dialogues among the 15 member states on critical issues affecting nations across the globe. Leading the Security Council, Somalia sees a valuable opportunity to express its perspectives on both global and regional issues. Let's listen to Somali political science expert Hassan Sheikh Ali Noor on this.
Yes, as Somalia's president to the United Nations Security Council is a good opportunity to Somali's nation because they have opportunity to put forward their own views and opinions to what is going on at the global level as well, the regional and Somalia's contemporary issues, particularly the Israelis' interference to Somalia's domestic policy or Israelis' invasion to Somalia's territorial integrity. So every Somalis are very happy to be the president of the Security Council. Therefore, it's a good opportunity to them to defend their country.
Diplomats view this presidency as a clear indication that Somalia has fully reintegrated into the international system as an active and influenced partner. It offers the federal government a unique platform to shape global decision-making and advocate for sustainable solutions to security and political affairs crises, such as the recent Zionist recognition of Somaliland.
The Polisario Front files an appeal before the EU General Court against the latest trade agreement signed between the European Union and Morocco. The agreement concluded on October 3rd includes products originating from Western Sahara. The Polisario argues the deal violates international law and the rights of the Sahrawi people. The United Nations support mission in Libya warns that growing disputes within the constitutional judiciary could threaten the unity and independence of the country's courts. The mission says judicial divisions risk undermining the rule of law and may fuel further political tensions. UN SMIL calls on all parties to safeguard judicial institutions from political interference. On the economic front, the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund released a report warning of rising debt levels across Africa. The UN Economic Commission for Africa's Executive Secretary, Claver Gettit, describes the situation as critical and unsustainable. He urges urgent reforms, fair financing, and international support to prevent long-term economic instability. On the cultural front, in Algeria's Naama province, the African Youth Networking Camp opens as part of New Year celebrations. The event brings together nearly 1,000 young Algerians alongside 70 participants from 28 African countries and 7 Arab states. The camp promotes dialogue, cultural exchange, and solidarity between African and Arab youth. Ishaq Biano, representative of international students at the African Youth Networking Camp, expresses more to Abdurrahman Mahtal.
Algeria shows us that it's not only a home for its citizens, it is a land of solidarity, unity, and Pan-Africanist values. The African Youth Communication Camp brought together young people from different nations, strengthens our bonds, and remind us that the communication built through understanding and unity creates strength. Many of us experience unforgettable moments here in Nama, beautiful areas, and a spirit of brotherhood that exceed our expectations. As international students and African youth, we stand for unity and peace, and we express our solidarity to all countries affected by the conflicts across Africa: Sudan, South Sudan, Somalia, and DRC Congo, Libya, and Free Palestine.
Concluding this harvest with sports at the 2025 African Cup of Nations, Algeria Phoenix complete a flawless group stage with 3 victories and 9 points. The national team defeats Equatorial Guinea 3-1, confirming top place in Group E. Burkina Faso finishes second after 2-0 win over Sudan. The matches are set to resume on January 3rd with Senegal facing off Sudan, while Tunisia meets Mali and Tanzania plays off Morocco as attention turns to the knockout stage. That was all for today's harvest. It was directed by Muad Bab Ahmed, observed by Tawas Control Board with Khaled, and streaming with Rania. That was all. Thank you for paying attention to the very last minute. This is Imene Nouad tuning out, wishing you a happy new year.